Welcome back, everyone, to the Bears Profit Plays YouTube channel. Today is Monday, July 29th, and I'm back breaking down a few more plays for the MLB slated games tonight. We're going to be looking at the Detroit Tigers going up against the Cleveland Guardians as the first play of the day. And then for the best play of the day, it's going to be the Minnesota Twins going up against the New York Mets. 4 total player props on this video, 2 game picks, and as always, the 2 best player props will be towards the end of the video. I hope everybody has a great Monday, and let's break down some ball. All right, guys, let's take a look at this graphic from Sunday afternoon. Not a good day at all. A lot of red, and it just felt like once one thing went wrong, everything else went wrong. We're going to start with the Nationals on the money line. Had this game wrapped up. The bullpen kind of blew it. Actually, what really happened was David Martinez, our manager, is an absolute fraud, and he's one of the worst managers in baseball. People give him credit for that World Series win in what is 2017, 2018. Dusty Baker set that team up. He didn't bring anybody in. We drafted Juan Soto. He has done nothing for this organization over the last 7 or 8 years, and he screwed up big time today. DJ Hers, he only gave up 2 runs, had 78 pitches. He should have left him in an extra inning. I would have saved our bullpen a little bit. He also brought in Florio, let him pitch an inning, perfectly fine. Where's Kyle Finnegan? Where's our closer at to force extra innings? How do you not put your closer in to force extra innings in a tie game? And Florio before that gave up 3 shots that looked like home runs to deep left center field and deep right field. So I don't know what the hell the management was saying in this one. Kyle Finnegan, I don't know if he's hurt, but I looked it up. He's not hurt. He should have been in the game to force extras. Number one rule as a manager, I feel like, would be survive in advance, get your guys up in the top of the 10th. But that's not the case for the Washington Nationals. We'll throw anybody out there and give Paul Goldschmidt an easy walk-off home run in that game. Alec Bohm over 1.5 bases. This one was tough again because we didn't have the right pitcher on the mound. Alec Bohm continues to take walks, so we had nothing to hit in this game. If you were a freak out there and took Joey Bart, he pinch hit in the top of the 9th inning, hit a double, and if you took that on FanDuel, you would have cashed that one. So hopefully somebody out there did that. Jose Barrios over 2.5 runs. Rangers, I feel like they were pretty good. I think he gave up 6 or 7 hits and didn't have any walks, but he had 8 people on base. Rangers could only get 1 across the board, so that one kind of sucked as well. This one hurt as well. The Giants, minus 1.5. Didn't have the correct pitcher on the mound. It was a bullpen day through and through for the Giants. Up 5-3, I believe it was, in the 8th inning. And then the Rockies, of course, they get a run on the top of the 9th. So should have just took the first 5 there. Only winner today, Jorge Soler, over 1.5 bases, 3 hits, double, 2 singles. And then CJ Abrams over 1.5 bases going up against Miles McCollum. I think he has struck out 5 or 6 times over the last 8 at-bats. So he's really been struggling over the last couple games. Bad pick there. So overall, horrible day. Here's a look at the leaderboard. We are still above 500 since the All-Star break, 16-10, 9-9 over the last 7. I think this is the first reverse sweep I've had in months. So hopefully that never happens again. Let's try to get it all back today with the Cleveland Guardians going up against the Detroit Tigers once again. And these teams have been facing off a lot over the last month, and it's been pretty even. The Tigers actually have a 2-game advantage over the last 8 games. I said this the last time I broke them down. They desperately need to win these games going up against the Guardians to try to get themselves back in the AL Central standings. The Tigers, they took a series loss to the Twins in their last series. They cannot afford to lose this series going up against the Guardians, even though it is only a 2-game series. I'm going to take the Tigers in this game on the money line as the play. I think they're the more desperate team. This is a matchup we've already seen this season. Tanner Bybee going up against Jack Flaherty. The last time both these guys were on the mound, we broke the game down. We took the Tigers, and the Guardians took it late in the game. This time around, Jack Flaherty, he's going to be out there for more than 6 innings. He's going to dominate. Last time, he went 6 innings. He was extremely good, gave up no runs. I'm looking for the same thing in this game. Tanner, he was pretty good himself last time going for the Guardians. 5 innings, only gave up 2 hits, 1 run. In that game, the better arm did not win. Jack Flaherty. This time around, we're going to take the better arm, Jack Flaherty. He's going to win the game. And if you look at the past games for Tanner, he has been struggling just a little bit over the last 5, giving up 4+ runs in 2 of those 5 games. And one of those games was against the Detroit Tigers. I do think he's going to struggle in this game. Giving up just a couple runs might do the trick for us in this one. And then if you go look at Jack Flaherty over the last several games, he has been almost unstoppable, only having 1 bad game over the last 8 starts. And if you recall, his bad start was against the Angels. But over the last 8 games, he has only given up 1 run or less in 6 of those 8 games. He's coming into this game against the Guardians, having 4 shutouts as well over the last 8 games. And one of those shutouts was against the Guardians the last time out. The last 2 times that he's faced off against this team, he's gone 6+ innings in both innings, given up a total of 5 hits and 1 run. I'm going to trust him in this game. Jack Flaherty on the money line going up against the Cleveland Guardians here. For the player prop on the screen, I'm going to go back to Matt Vierling for the Tigers because the last time he saw Tanner, he hit a home run off him in the first inning. I'm going to take his over 1.5 bases. He really has been the best bat for the Tigers over the last month. This is a really good match for him going up against the righty because against right-handed pitching this season, he does have a total of 30 extra base hits. I'm just hoping for the same outcome in this game. We took Matt Vierling last time. We took the Tigers last time. We hit 1-1 last time. We're going to go 2-0 today. Give me his over 1.5 bases here as the graphic play. Let's move on to the best play of the day. We're going to be looking at the Minnesota Twins going up against the New York Mets, and I'm going to take the Twins in this game on the money line as the play. There's a lot of reasons to like the Twins in this one. The first one is that Jose Quintana is going to be back on the mound for Mets, and I'm going to be nice to Jose Quintana because he has been pitching a lot better since the middle of June. He just had a couple bad games mixed in here and there. He's still coming into this game with an above 4 ERA and a 1.28 WHIP, and I do think he's going to struggle in this game going up against the Twins because they absolutely crush left-handed pitching. Nobody in Major League Baseball is better at hitting left-handed pitching than the Minnesota Twins. They have a team batting average of 276 against lefties this season. Every time Minnesota goes up against a left-handed pitcher, I love to take them, but it's always hard to just take his team every single time. I like to try to mix it up just a little bit. And the craziest stat about the Twins this season against lefties is that they don't even have 1,000 at-bats going up against the left side. They have a total of 897. That has them ranked bottom 10 in baseball in total appearances going up against lefties. But at the same time, the Twins, they're 12th in the MLB in hits against left-handed pitching, and they are only 4 total hits away from being top 10. So this team, they don't see a ton of lefties often, but whenever they do, they make the most of it. They're going to make the most of this one going up against Jose Quintana. And on the other side, it's going to be Simeon Woods Richardson for the Twins, and he has been pretty good over the last couple games. He does set his team up for success over the last 3 games, and he's coming off his best performance of the season going up against the Philadelphia Phillies. In that game, he gave up only 3 hits, going 6 innings, allowing no runs. I'm hoping for the same outcome in this game out of him. He has been pretty good over the last 3 games, just giving up 2 runs in his 2 previous games. And the big thing is that the Minnesota Twins, they have won 4 of the last 5 games that he's been on the mound. So I like him on the mound here. I like the Twins against left-handed pitching. Give me the money line as the play here for the Twins on the road. Let's go to the player prop on the screen. It's going to be Byron Buxton over 1.5 bases going up against the Mets. And this guy has been a completely different player over the last month or 2 of baseball. And we've seen a lot of power out of him over the last couple of days as well. He's hit 3 home runs over the last 6 games, and I'm going to take him going up against a left-handed pitcher because he doesn't see a ton of left-handed pitching, but he does have a 284 batting average on the year. And remember, the Minnesota Twins, they don't see a lot of left-handed pitching as a team, but the Twins players on this team, they're extremely good at hitting them. Byron Buxton is one of the better ones on the team. He has 9 of his 21 hits this season going for extra base hits as well. I like him in this game to get a hold of one over 1.5 bases going up against Jose Quintana there. For the best plays of the day, we're going to start with the batting prop, looking at the Texas Rangers and Nathaniel Lowe to go over 1.5 bases against the Cardinals. And we're going to start with the pitching matchup, and we're going to see Andre Pallante on the mound for the St. Louis Cardinals. He's coming into this game after a pretty good start going up against the Pirates, giving up just 1 run in that game. But he's also had a couple bad games mixed in there over the last 5 games, giving up 4+ runs in 2 of those last 5 games. He's bringing in a 3.92 ERA and a 1.33 WHIP. And I do think we're going to see Nathaniel Lowe take one of his fastballs for a ride. This is going to be a left against right matchup, and Nathaniel Lowe does have a pretty good batting average against both sides, but he does have 15 extra base hits going up against the right side. The reason I like him in this game is because he hits the fastball and the slider better than anything this season, and we're going to see that nearly 70% of the time whenever Andre's on the mound. As you can see, Nathaniel this season, he's hitting the fastball 297, plus 11 run value, the slider 333 on the season as well. He's also not too bad against his sinker. He does have a +2 run value going up against that pitch, but I do like the slider a little bit more for the graphic because he is hitting that sinker just a little bit less on the batting average. I don't think we're going to have too much to worry about in this game for the secondary pitchers because we are going to see the fastball thrown at least a couple times per at-bat going up against Nathaniel Lowe, and I'm going to take him here to crush a fastball over 1.5 bases as the play there. For the pitching prop tonight, we are going to be looking at the Phillies going up against the New York Yankees. Give me Zach Wheeler under 2.5 runs going up against the Yankees. I am recording this video after watching the Yankees put up 8 runs going up against the Red Sox on Sunday Night Baseball, and that now makes back-to-back games for the Yankees where they scored 3 runs in the first inning. So I am just a little bit worried about this play because of Aaron Judge and Juan Soto. They are all power, and the New York Yankees this season have been all power going up against right-handed pitching. But at the same time, even with the addition of Jazz Chisholm in that lineup, the New York Yankees this season are not very good at hitting the fastball if we take away those 2 sluggers. As a team, they do have a 256 batting average against right-handed pitching, but Aaron Judge and Juan Soto have 120 of the RBIs on this team going up against right-handed pitching. If you take those 2 guys away, this team is not very hard to get through. Now, the big concern is easier said than done for Zach Wheeler to shut down Aaron Judge and Juan Soto, but I do think Wheeler, he's a veteran guy who's pretty smart on the mound. He's going to try to pick and choose his battles going up against these big guys. Wheeler has been wheeling and dealing over the last several games, giving up 2 runs or less in 5 consecutive games, and coming off a stellar performance going up against the Minnesota Twins. In that game, he went 7 innings, didn't give up any runs, only 3 hits. He struck out 7+ batters for the 3rd consecutive game as well. He's bringing a 2.55 ERA and a 0.98 whip, and those are important numbers because I don't want to see a lot of people on the base in this game. I love his low whip. If the Yankees do any damage, I want a solo shot from one of the big guys. I think Wheeler keeps us under the number. Give me under 2.5 runs as the play here for the best pitching prop of the day. Let's go over to the graphic recap. We are going to have the Tigers on the money line going up against the Guardians. Byron Buxton over 1.5 bases going up against Jose Quintana. Then Matt Vierling over 1.5 bases going up against the Guardians there. We've got the Twins on the money line getting the matchup against the lefty Nathaniel Lowe over 1.5 bases. Love to play there against the fastball. And then Zach Wheeler under 2.5 runs going up against the Yankees as the last play of the day. Guys, it's going to do it for the MLB picks and props for Monday, July 29th slate of games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please sure to drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching.